This is Mrs. Murphy, and today we're going to show you another example of a loop program. This time we're going to do a while loop. So I have here a running version of the program. This is the push-up challenge. So this is at a football game. Every time your team gets a touchdown, you do the push-ups, do 7 push-ups. And then after the next touchdown, the score is 14, so you'll do 14 push-ups. And it keeps going. You get 21 for the next touchdown, and then you do 21 push-ups. It's just a way to cheer on your team. So this is a little app that will calculate how many total push-ups you'll do throughout the game. And so here I'm going to click on the calculate button, and it's going to have me enter in the final score of the game. So I'm going to do 21, just easy numbers so we can see. And then we'll say, okay, so if the final score is 21, you'll end up doing 42 push-ups. So now we're just assuming that all touchdowns are worth exactly 7 points. There's nothing in between there. So this is the push-up challenge. And actually, this looks like a button, but it's not. I can click anywhere, and that little window will come up. So let's kind of show you how we coded this. And this is still using our window.java template. So in the draw method, well, first let's take you through the variables. I've got a couple of variables up here. One is the score, the final score of the game, and one is the number of push-ups they've done. And I haven't initialized them at all because we're going to be setting them later on. In the draw, all I'm doing here is drawing out the instructions. I am drawing out the score and the number of push-ups. And then this will take you through. I drew the button and I drew the little title on the screen, change the font. The real code for this is in the mouse pressed. So when they press the mouse, whether it's on the button or not, it's still going to work. That's okay. We'll do buttons in another class. So I have this little box called a show input dialog, and that's the command to make that little box come up. And the box is going to say enter final score. Now the problem with these little J option pane show input dialog boxes is they only take text as input. So here I have it stored into a string called sinput. And then I'm going to convert that to a number. So there's my variable I_score from the top, and I just say integer.value of sinput, and that takes whatever text they put in as a number and converts it to a number, basically. If you end up putting in extra characters like an S or an F or something, it will just give you a score of 0. So it's a pretty neat feature. Okay, then I'm going to calculate the number of push-ups, and I'm going to do that by going through and simulating the football game. So I'm going to start my push-ups out at 0, and I'm going to start the current score of the game out at 0. And every time I add to the current score, I'm going to add that value to the push-ups. Well, I'm going to continue doing this, and here's our while loop. I'm going to continue doing this so long as the current score is less than the final score of the game. So this is what simulating our touchdown. I just add 7 points to the current score. And then this is simulating us doing the push-ups. I'm going to add the current score to the number of push-ups. And it keeps doing that over and over again until the current score matches the final score of the game. And so this is we don't know how many push-ups you're going to end up doing throughout the duration of the game. So I have a while loop instead of a for loop. And it's just looping so long as this condition is true. I do have an out, so it won't give me a complete, it won't take me into this eternal loop, because eventually our current score is going to match the final score of the game. It's also a test at the front, because if I enter in like a 0, it's never going to run the code. If the final score of the game, let's do that one. What if the final score of the game is 0? Comes through here, I click on that, put in a 0. Since it never runs through the loop at all, it never adds 7 points for the push-ups. Okay, so that's why we used a test at the top while loop in this one.